All right, I think I got my issues straightened out. We shall see. Had little horizontal issues again, so hopefully now everything is in place. You can see we're at Fenway Park for Game 2 of the 1975 series. Game 1 was played History Maker Baseball. We move on to inside pitch. We are still at Fenway, though, in Boston with that 1-0 lead. Bill Lee and Jack Billingham, the starters for the game. So to not waste any time, we'll get right to it, cut out all the pomp and circumstance, and just go right into the meat and potatoes and get everything set up here. Ballpark card is there. Pitcher card for Bill Lee is there. Pete Rose, the leadoff hitter, is here. So I think everything is fitting into play. Let's see. Hallelujah for that. There's your score sheet. I'm going to see if I can get some more of the score sheet in here, if possible. I may have to do pitcher. I think I'm doing vertical to get more room. So we'll do it this way. Get everything in line here. I think everything fits at that point. Okay, so we are ready to go. Now we're not fitting everything in that way, so we're not quite ready to go yet. Let's see about now. I think I'm okay now. And I'll just show as much of the score sheet as I could possibly show. Typical lineup for the Reds: Rose, Morgan, Bench, Perez, Foster, Concepcion, Griffey, Geronimo, and Billingham. For the Sox: Cooper, Doyle, Yastrzemski, Fisk, Lynn, Petrocelli, Evans, Burleson, and Spaceman Bill Lee. So I think we're all ready to go now. As I'm looking through the camera from above, I think everything fits in appropriately. Game 2 is about to get started. Inside pitch. This is the PDF version, so that's why the cards don't look all that great, because they are not the cards from the company. They are the PDF that I cut out for the 75 season. So here we go. Bill Lee taking on Pete Rose and the Big Red Machine. 4-3. 4-3 is a potential walk. That's a 10. Pete Rose walks against lefties at an 8, so that he will not walk. Go to Pete Rose's card, 2-3, and that's a Starline 3, which is a ground ball to third, and Petrocelli puts it away. 1 down, and here's Joe Morgan. 4-2, strikeout chance against a left-hander. That's a 7. He strikes out only a 6, so no strikeout. 4-6, and that's going to be a Starline 4, which is a ground ball to short. So Rick Burleson puts that away. It's 2 ground balls, and that brings up Johnny Bench. 4-3, potential walk, and that's a 1, so that will be a 2-out walk to Johnny Bench. He's got an attempt of 2. -1 from Bill Lee makes this a total of 1. To see if he steals, he does not. Can't get the jump, so Tony Perez comes up. 4-4 is a blank on Bill Lee. Go to Perez. 4-3, Starline 1's a ground ball to second, so 3 ground balls for Bill Lee. He's got that ground ball working, and the Reds are dismissed quietly here in the bottom of the, or top of the first rather. And Cecil Cooper steps to the plate against Jack Billingham. 3-3, and that's a strikeout chance. He's got an 8 for a strikeout, but the ballpark subtracts 1, makes it a 7, so the 8 fails that check. So Cooper gets another reprieve. 6-3, he's going to ground to Joe Morgan though, so either way he's out, but at least he made contact. Here's Denny Doyle, mid-season acquisition from the Angels. 4-6, Billingham 4-6, blank against a lefty, so there's no strikeout to check. Doyle 1-2, he's going to ground to Concepcion, so a lot of ground balls so far. Nothing to the outfield yet. Here's Yaz. 6-2, that's a double question mark against the left-hander. 1-5 is an automatic single, but that's an 18, so fails that check. Go to Yaz. 3-2, and that's a single to left field, so finally something to the outfield. It's a base hit for Yaz. His attempt is a 1, but that's a -1 from Billingham, so no strategy roll to worry about. I will roll the D20 just to make sure there's no balk or pickoff. And it's not a 20, so we don't have to worry about that. Here's Carlton Fisk. 5-6 is a potential walk. That's a 12. Fisk is an 11, so no walk. Fisk 6-4, Starline 4, ground ball to third. Pete Rose has got it. Innings over, yet another ground ball. So at the end of 1, We are scoreless here at Fenway. And that's going to bring up George Foster to lead things off here in the top of the second. Against Mr. Lee. 3-3 is a ballpark card. That @ sign for a ballpark card. So we'll bring Fenway a little bit more into view, hopefully. See what happens at Fenway. 2-5. That is a double to left field for George Foster. Probably doubling off the Green Monster. So George Foster gets a leadoff double. He's in scoring position with nobody out for Dave Concepcion. 2-4. 2-4 is a potential strikeout against the lefty, but against the right-hander it's blank, so we move on to Concepcion. 4-1, he's going to fly to right. Now there's a chance the runner can go to third on that fly to right, although Evans does have a -2 arm. The BR rating of Foster is a 4, but the -2 arm makes it a 2. So let's see here to go from, it's the BR rating basically is what you're going by. So it's adjusted BR rating of 2. So 1-2, he'll make it to third. 2, he does make it to third. So Foster does scamper. Despite the throw from Evans, he scampers over to third base, which is big with only 1 out. Now the Red Sox have to make the decision. They're going to bring the infield in, take a chance, try to cut that run off. 5-5 is a strikeout chance, but 17 is too much. Griffey will not strike out. 6-4 is a question mark 9, and against a left-hander, it's a 1 through 8 check. That's a 5. 5 turns into a double. So Griffey doubles opposite field, double to left, and that scores Foster, and the Reds lead it 1-0. So 2 doubles in the inning, and the Big Red Machine is rolling. Now Geronimo is up. Bill Lee 6-2, strikeout chance 11. He's an 11, but again you're -1 from the stadium, so he will not strike out because Fenway took that one away. So he gets a reprieve as well. 3-2. And a 3-2 against a right-hander. He doubled against a left-hander, Bill Lee. He flies to right for out number 2. And again, Griffey's got a chance to move up. He's a 4, so it's the same result. It's a 2 because Evans is a -2. So again, the red die has to be a 1 or 2 for him to move up. It's a 6, so he's out. Or he may not be out. Let's double check it. Since it's 6, we go to the second die roll. So when it's a 6, you check the second die roll chart. And the second die roll chart, over here, the white die is a 6. The lead runner advances, ball cut off, trail runner caught in a rundown. Where there is no trail runner, he's going to actually make it because the white die is a 6. So he actually makes it. Most times you're out on that. If that white die is anything other than a 6, you're out. But in this one, or if it's a 1 or a 6, if it's anything other than a 1 or 6, you're probably out. But in this case, if it's 2 through 5, you're definitely out. But a 1 or 6, he did make it. So he makes it because there was no body to cut the throw to because there's no other runner. So he gets to third, but there's 2 outs for pitcher Jack Billingham. 5-4, and that's a potential error. 3-6 is a Starline 5, which is a ground ball to first. Cecil Cooper, his error rating's a 3. That's 11, no error. So Cooper will make the play, but the Reds break through. RBI double from Griffey gives them a 1-0 lead as we go to the second for Freddie Lynn to lead things off against Billingham. 1-5, that's a straight up home run chance right here. Fred Lynn's a 15, that's a 15. Ballpark doesn't take anything or add anything, so it's a home run for Fred Lynn. Just that fast, the Red Sox have tied the game on a Fred Lynn solo homer. We are tied at 1 here in the bottom of the second. And here's Rico. 5-3, strikeout chance, that's a 5, so he will strike out. So Rico is gone, 1 away for Dwight Evans. 5-1's potential walk, but 13 is too much, no walk. 1-4, Starline 3 is a ground ball to Joe Morgan. 2 down for Rick Burleson. 1-4, strikeout chance, 13 is too much, so we go to Burleson's card. 5-5, and it's a ground ball back to Billingham to end the inning. But the Red Sox get that run back on the Fred Lynn homer, and we go to the third, tied at 1. Bill Lee Back on the mound to face Pete Rose. 5-4. 5-4 is a blank on Bill Lee. 5-1 is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to short. Burleson's got it. 1 down for Joe Morgan. 6-2 is a strikeout chance, but 18's too much. 5-6, and he's going to single the opposite field to left field for a 1-out single, rather. And he's a threat to steal. His attempt is a 6 to get a jump, but Bill Lee's got a -1 hold, so that gives him a 5 to get a jump. That's an 18. He will not get the jump. So Johnny Bench is up instead. 2-3, and that's a home run question mark for right-handers, but it's only a 1. So 14 fails that check, so there is no home run check whatsoever. Good thing, because Johnny Bench is a 20. But we skipped that check because it failed. So now we go straight to Johnny Bench. Treat it as a blank and go straight to Johnny Bench. 3-5 for Johnny Bench. 3-5 is against a lefty, is a double to right field. That split chance right there, it's a double to right. And now you wonder, can Morgan score? He's got a BR rating of 4. We already know Evans is a -2 for a total of 2. The double to right, you lose 1 to go from first to home, so that drops him to a 1. So this has to be a 1 for Joe Morgan to make it. 6, he's going to be out. And we'll check the back runner here because that's a 5. So 5 says if the trailing runner's BR is greater than equal to the roll, he advances on the throw, but it's not greater than 5. So Bench is going to have to stay at second, but Morgan's going to be out. We'll call it 9-4-2 as Fisk puts on the tag. So when you get that red 6, that can be trouble. Some people say you should just hold him up automatically, but I'm going by the rules. As long as he's got a BR rating of more than 1, I play it that way. Whether it makes sense or not, I just do it. So Morgan is out of there. And it's not a bad move to try to score on that. I mean, with 1 out already, you don't want to be stuck at third. You'd rather try to get that run in. So, all right, so he's out. Morgan's finished arguing, and now here's Tony Perez with Bench at second. 3-3 is going back to Fenway for the Fenway result. 4-3. 4-3 is a star line 1, which is a ground ball to second. And Denny Doyle puts it away to end the inning. And Bill Lee gets out of the jam, and he's going to buy Dwight Evans dinner tonight with that throw. You just don't like to run on Dwight Evans. It's not a good idea. All right, so I don't have a pitcher hitting card for the 75 Red Sox because in 75 there was no interleague play, so the company did not make a pitcher hitting card, which makes perfect sense. So I took the 2019 Red Sox generic pitcher hitting card, and I'm going to use that for Bill Lee because that's all I've got. So let's see what happens. Billingham 6-1 is a range play at the ballpark. That's a 1-1, which is a single. How about that? Bill Lee is going to single, plus he's got a chance to go to second. How do you like that? His BR is a 1, so not likely anything's going to happen. Foster's a -1, so actually he can't even go to second. It's a straight out single. There is no chance for an extra base because he's a 1 and Foster's a -1. So straight out single, though. How about that? Straight out single. All right, so we'll roll the D20 and make sure there's no balk or pickoff. And there's not. So here's Cooper. 2-3 for Cooper is blank. Go to Cooper's card. 1-2 is a single pass short. So how about that? Back-to-back base hits. And on the S6, a BR rating of 1 is not going to get you anywhere. So Bill Lee is definitely a station to station, as James Brown would sing in Living in America. Station to station. All right, here, that's the extent of my musical unprowess. So here's Billingham. 3-6, blank. Go to Denny Doyle. 4-6. 4-6 is a fly to center, and there's no way in the world that Lee's going to move to third, so he's just going to stay there. 1 away for Yaz. 5-6, and that is a potential walk, but that's a 20, so no walk. Yaz, a 2-1, he flies to left, that's 2 down, and again, there's no way in the world that he's going to go from second to third on a fly to left like that. So it's 2 down for Carlton Fisk. Pudge, 2-1 is a home run question mark. 3 passes the check. So now we're going to re-roll the D20. If it's a 1 through 11, Fisk will hit a homer. And he does it. Fisk with a 3-run home run for Carlton Fisk. Didn't need that English or gyrations to keep it fair. This was definitely fair, as George Foster and Cesar Geronimo, all they could do is look at it. And how about Bill Lee singling to lead off the inning? If he doesn't single, then this home run never happens. It's a 3-run bomb for Carlton Fisk, and the Red Sox take a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. Freddie Lynn, 1-2, blank on Billingham. 3-2. 3-2 is a double to left. So the hit parade continues, and now the Reds bullpen has got some activity down there. Petrocelli, 4-1 strikeout chance. That's a 1. He will strike out. So that ends the inning. 3 runs are on. And Billingham, who's set to bat 5th this inning, if his spot comes up, they will definitely pinch hit for him. I don't know if they'd try to get an extra inning out of him or not. They might let him go 4. We'll see. Here's George Foster. There is an off day for travel, so they can use all their bullpen. They'll get plenty of rest. It depends on what Sparky wants to do. Captain Hook. Here's Foster, 4-2, blank against a right-hander. No strikeout chance. 6-1, Starline 4. Ground ball to short, and Burleson will make the play again. So 1 away for Concepcion. 5-1, that would be a single, but he's not tired. Concepcion 6-6, Starline 6, he grounds to third. So 2 down, and that brings up Ken Griffey. 2-3, and that's a home run question mark. And against lefties, that passes the check every time. So, but unfortunately for Griffey, he's got a 0 home run rating against lefties, so he cannot homer. But we'll finish the at bat on Griffey's card. 4-4. He does ground to second to end the inning. Denny Doyle. So how about that? 6-3, 5-3, 4-3. Ground ball is working for Bill Lee today. He's got that sinker going, and it's frustrating those big red machine hitters. All right, they're going to let Billingham try to pitch this inning because it's the bottom of the order. Evans, Burleson, and Lee. 6-1, range play at the ballpark. Evans, 4-2. That is a single plus to left field, but it's a range check. So if Foster can rob that, he can stop that completely. His range is a 5. So unless this is a 6, Foster will make the catch. And it's a 1, so Foster takes that hit away from Dwight Evans. 1 away. Brings up Rick Burleson, followed by Bill Lee. 4-2 is a range play. 5-3 is a fly to center. Range is Geronimo. He's a 4. Geronimo makes the play. 2 down. And that brings up Bill Lee. He did single his first time up off the ballpark card, I believe it was. 2-2. This time he is a left-handed batter, so it's a blank. No strikeout. Go to Bill Lee. 1-6. He grounds to short. That's going to end the inning. So Billingham's going to go 4, and that's going to be it for Mr. Billingham. And Pedro Borbon will be the new pitcher in the 5th for the Reds. But we'll get a pinch hitter. It'll be Geronimo and then a pinch hitter for Billingham. And the pinch hitter will be Merv Retman, a righty, with the lefty Bill Lee on the mound. So Merv Retman is going to be your pinch hitter for Billingham. And then Borbon will take over in the bottom of the 5th. All right, Bill Lee working with a 4-1 lead. Geronimo 2-3 is again a home run question mark, which does pass that check. But again, Geronimo's got a 0 home run rating versus lefties. So treat it as a blank and go to Geronimo 2-3. Question mark 9, but against the lefty, it's only 1 through 9. That's a 13. So he's going to end up flying out to right field. Had he been facing a right-hander, that would have been a triple. But against the lefty, he's going to fly to right. Evans puts it away, 1 down. And that will bring up, oops, let's get Billingham out of there. That brings up Merv Retman, the pinch hitter. These PDF cards can get a little dicey sometimes to handle. Not as nice, obviously, as the printed set, but sometimes you want to save some money, you do the PDF. All right, 3-3, and that's the ballpark card. So we go to Fenway for the ballpark check for Merv Retman. 3-1. It's a home run to the pull side, but that's a 19, so he's not going to homer. His home run rating is only a 4. So instead of being a home run to the pull side, it's just a fly out to the pull side, so he will fly to left. So Merv Retman cannot get it done. 2 down for Pete Rose. 1-5 is blank. We go to Rose. 5-6, and it's a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Bill Lee strolling along now through 5 innings. He's holding a 4-1 lead on the Big Red Machine. And now the new pitcher for the Reds, Pedro Borbon, he will be on, and he will be facing Cecil Cooper to lead things off. The top of the order for the Sox, Cooper, Doyle, and Yaz. The Reds only have one lefty in the bullpen. That's McEnany. They don't like to use him this early, so I'm going to let Borbon pitch. Cooper against Borbon. 2-5 is the ballpark card, so we're going right back to Fenway for Cooper's at bat. 2-1. 2-1 is a question mark 7, and that's a 10. So 10 says that's going to be a double. A double for Cooper. Fenway gives him a double. So Cooper with a leadoff double brings up Denny Doyle. 4-4. 4-4 is a home run question mark against right-handers. 1-11, it passes that check. So we go to Denny Doyle, and if it's a 5 or less, he hits a home run. 17, he will not, so we skip that and go right to Doyle to finish the at-bat. 3-2, he's going to single past second, though. Base hit. And let's check the runner advancement. Cooper's a BR of 2 to score from second on a S4. All you need is a 2. So that means Cooper will score. And the Red Sox get another insurance run on the RBI single from Denny Doyle. It is now 5-1. Doyle's attempt is a 3. -2 from Borbon makes him a 1. So nothing's happening there. So that's going to bring up Yaz. Borbon, 2-6 is blank. We go to Yaz. 1-3, and that's a liner to second. It could be a double play. With the runner at first, we'll check our line drive chart. And our line drive chart says with a runner on first and the line drive hit to second, it's a 1-2. If we roll a 1 or a 2, it's a double play. Anything else, and Doyle will get back. He gets back, so no problems there. And I just dropped my D20. That was definitely a problem. I've got to crawl under the table and get that. Hate when that happens, but it does. Okay, so there's no double play because that's a 4 instead of a 2. So it will simply be a line out to second base with the runner getting back. So 1 out, Doyle's still at first, and here's Yaz. I'm sorry, here's Carlton Fisk. He had the big 3-run homer his last time up. That was off of Billingham. 5-3. That's a range play at the ballpark, so we're going back to Fenway. We seem to go there a lot. 5-5. That's a ground ball to first. The range of Perez is a 3. But they were at double play depth, so his range is actually dropped to a 2. But it's a 5. It didn't matter anyway. It's a failed range play. So failed range play on a ground ball to first. The failed range check. Failed range check on a G3 turns into an S3. And we're going to roll a 5. If we get a 5 or 6, it'll actually be a double. It is a double. So he doubles down the right field line, cues it past Perez, and now can Doyle score from first? Well, again, you lose 1 from going from first. I'm sorry, from first on a double to right, you lose 1. So that drops his BR rating to a 2. Right fielder Arm Griffey is a 0, so it stays a 2. So 1-2 on the red die, he'll score. 5 he has to hold, so he will hold at third base. So runners are at second and third. Infield's going to have to come in with 1 out for Fred Lynn. And Borbon struggling. Lynn is homered and doubled. With Petrocelli coming up, you know what? They're going to intentionally walk Lynn to load the bases and set up a force at any base. So now they can play at double play depth because Petrocelli's got a 5 double play rating. So actually, you know what? They're not going to play at double play depth. They're going to play normal depth because they don't want to lose their range chances because he's got a 5 double play rating. So they're going to play regular depth. 2-3. And what do you know? It's a wild pitch chance. That's a 13, and that is a wild pitch. Do you believe that? Pedro Borbon just uncorked a wild pitch, and that's not only going to force a run in, it's going to take the double play out of the equation. On that wild pitch, puts runners at second and third. Infield is now going to have to come in for Petrocelli. 3-6 is a strikeout chance. An 11 would be a strikeout, but the -1 from the stadium makes it a 10, so he does not strike out. Petrocelli finish him up 6-5. He grounds it back to the pitcher. Runners have to hold, and that's 2 away. That'll bring up Dwight Evans. 3-3, and that's a straight single, S1. That'll be a 2-run single because when you do an S1, everybody scores from second, no matter who you are. So Lynn will score as well as Fisk from third. And it's a 3-run inning for the Red Sox. They now lead it 7-1. And Sparky just doesn't know what to do with Borbon. He's tired, but they're going to leave him out there to finish the inning. 3-6 is a strikeout chance, but he can't get it done, so we go to Burleson. Burleson, a 5-4. Fly to right, that's going to mercifully end the inning. But 4 runs, it's actually 8-0. I think I might have said 7-0. It's 8-0 as the Sox put up 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. So Pedro Borbon is done in more ways than one, probably. Sparky's doghouse right now. And Pat Darcy is loosing in the Reds bullpen. Bill Lee, not a care in the world, just rolling along, 4-4, nothing going on there. Here's Little Joe, 6-2, and against the lefty, he's going to ground to third. Against the righty, it would have been a base hit, but against the lefty, grounds to Petrocelli for 1 away. There's Johnny Bench, 2-5 is a range play. 4-5, single past second, but it's a range play. Doyle can cut it off, but his range is only a 1. So he can't do it. It's a base hit. He sneaks through. And with the score being what it is, we're not doing any strategy rolls whatsoever. Tony Perez, the infield, is going to play regular depth. They're not even going to do double play depth because they got such a big lead. 2-5 is another range play. 4-5. 4-5 is a ground ball to first, and since they're not holding the runners, the first baseman, Cooper, will keep his 4 range rating. So he's got a 4 range check. But it's a 6, it gets by him. Will it be a double? No, it won't. It'll just be a single. So on an S3, a runner going from first to third on an S3 only needs a 2 BR rating or better. Fisk is a 3, so he will make it to third. So runners are at the corners with 1 out for George Foster. 1-3 is a strikeout chance, and that's a 1, so that will be a strikeout. Out number 2, big strikeout for Bill Lee. And here's Dave Concepcion. Well, how big can it be? You're up 8-1. 5-2 is a double question mark against a right-hander, which means a 1-6 is a star line. That's an 18, though, so it will not be a star line. We go to Concepcion. 6-5 is going to ground to short, and that's going to end the inning. So despite the 2 hits, the Reds get nothing and like it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. And new pitcher. Actually, it will not be Pat Darcy because they're too close to the pitcher spot. So they're going to actually bring in Clay Carroll. So Clay Carroll will actually pitch. And he'll be facing... Actually, it won't be Clay Carroll. You know who they're going to do? They're going to do McEnany. They're going to do McEnany. They got a rest day tomorrow, so they're going to use McEnany. They don't want to go 2 games in a row without using some of their pitchers. So they're going to use a lot of their bullpen guys. McEnany is going to be it this time, as Borbon was dreadful. Borbon went 1 inning and gave up 4 runs, so he was awful. So McEnany now will face Bill Lee. 2-2 blank. We go to Bill Lee's card, or generic card. 2-4 is a ground ball to first. 1 away. So that brings up Cooper. Another lefty on lefty matchup. 6-2 is blank. We go to Cooper. 4-3, fly to center. 2 down for Denny Doyle. 2-1. 2-1 is a possible error. 6-5 is a ground ball to second, but 17 is way above Morgan's 4, so no error there. He will make the play. Inning's over. So McEnany does his job, goes 1 inning, and he will be replaced for a pinch hitter in this top of the inning. So the pinch hitter, this time around, they've already used Retman, so now they're going to use Ed Armbrister, who will not be bunting this time. He will just swing away. But Ed Armbrister. Actually, you know what? It's going to be Doug Flynn, not going to be Armbrister. It's going to be Doug Flynn. Flynn's got a better average. So it's going to be Griffey, Geronimo, and Flynn against Bill Lee. Bill Lee can face 30 batters before he gets tired. And so far, he's only faced 24, so he's in good shape. Here's Griffey for at least one more inning anyway. Griffey, 1-4 is a blank. We go to Griffey's card. 6-5, Starline 4 is a ground ball to short, 1 away. So we're going to have Flynn pinch hitting next after Geronimo. 2-5. 2-5 for Lee is a range play. 5-4. 5-4 is against a lefty is a ground ball to second, but we're doing a range play on Denny Doyle. It's only a 1. But Denny Doyle makes it. That's the kind of day it's been for the Reds. A 1 range guy makes the play. Go figure. So that'll bring up the pinch hitter Doug Flynn. 3-3 on Bill Lee is the ballpark card, so going to Fenway. 6-4 on Fenway is a Starline 4, which turns out to be a ground ball to short. Ends the inning, and now Pat Darcy will be coming on. So Pat Darcy will be the new pitcher for Cincinnati. And they'll be facing Yaz, Fisk, and Lynn. Again, they don't have any more lefties, so they're stuck with what they've got. So Pat Darcy is on. He's most famous for giving up the Fisk home run in Game 6. Let's see what he can do here against Yaz. Score still 8-1. 1-1 is a automatic star line against the lefty, so Darcy will get the automatic out. It's a 2, which means he grounds to Morgan. 1 away. Here's Pudge. 6-2, and that's a potential walk. That's a 13, so no walk. Fisk 4-2. It's Starline 1's another ground ball to Morgan. 2 up, 2 down for Fred Lynn. 4-6, and that's a ballpark card, so we're going back to Fenway. 4-2, and that's a single plus to left field. So Lynn will single. His BR is a 3. Foster's a -1 arm, so it's a 2. So a 1-2, he will make it to second to extend it to a double. 3, 4, 5, he holds. 6, he's out. 1, he makes it to second, so he will extend that single to a double. So Fred Lynn hustling makes that a double with 2 outs. For Rico Petrocelli. 6-2, potential walk. That's an 18, too much. Petrocelli 3-2, question mark 7. Against a right-hander, it only goes to 9. That's an 11. So he will fly to left. Had he been facing a lefty, that had been a double, but not the case. He flies to left to end the inning. So Darcy pitches a scoreless 7th. We go to the 8th, and I think we may have seen the last of Bill Lee. I think they're going to let Bill Lee cap it right here, and they'll go to the bullpen. So Bill Lee is going to go 7. And we got the top of the order coming up for the Reds. So for the Red Sox, they will turn to, because remember, Tion pitched a complete game in Game 1, so they didn't use any of their bullpen guys. So they want to get at least a little bit of work here, I guess. So Jim Willoughby will be on for the Sox to take on Rose and company here in the 8th. Leading 8-1, obviously not a save situation. 6-1, it's a single chance, but he's not tired, so no problems there. 1-2, Pete Rose against a righty, though, will now double to right field. Had he been facing Bill Lee, it would have been a fly out, but against the right-hander, it now turns into a double. So Pete Rose doubles. To lead off the inning, here's Joe Morgan. 1-2 is a ballpark chance once again. Ballpark. 1-3, and that is a blank, which is a rare play. So we're going to the rare play chart with men on base. It's a 2d6 roll. That's a 54. So 54 says slow roller to short who possibly bobbles, then possibly throws wild to first. So we're rolling against the error rate of the shortstop for the bobble, then the throw. So the error rate of the shortstop, Rick Burleson, his error rate is a 9. So we're checking this to see if he bobbles it. 19, he does not bobble it. So let's see if he makes an error on the throw. Has to be a 9 or less. It is an error on the throw. Now we're checking the range of the first baseman, Cooper, because that's like a supplemental thing. He's got a range of 4. So if this die is a 4 or less, then Cooper will field that wild throw and there will not be an error. But it's a 5, so it gets by him anyway. So it is going to be a throwing error, and it's a 2-base error, and that will score Pete Rose. So an E6 on Burleson, that will score Morgan. Cut the lead to 8-2 and put Morgan at second base as the Red Sox get a little sloppy. Here's bench. 2-3. Strikeout chance, but that's a 20. Too much for that. Bench 3-5. He will fly to right field. Morgan can go to third. He's got a BR of 4. Evans is a -2, so we'll see if he can get there. 1 or 2, he gets there. 4 he has to hold, so he cannot make it to third. So with 1 out, he stays at second base for Tony Perez. 4-3, strikeout plus, so that means he strikes out. 2 down. Willoughby gets the big K there, and here's Foster. 1-6 is blank on Willoughby. Foster 4-6, and he's going to single past third. That should be enough to score Morgan with his speed plus being 2 outs. Single past third to score from second, you need a BR of 5. Morgan's a 4, but there's 2 outs. That gives him that 5. So he will score. Second run of the inning. That run is unearned. Foster will get the RBI credit, though. It's now 8-3. And we go to Concepcion. 2-4. 2-4 is a potential walk. 14's too much. Concepcion 2-2. Single pass short. So that's going to put runners at first and second. So now Willoughby running into some issues, and he's going to be relieved. So Willoughby's not going to be able to make it very far. He's going to have to come out, and they're going to go to their lefty, Jim Burton. So lefty Jim Burton will be on to face the lefty Ken Griffey. So they wanted to get Willoughby an inning or so, and he just couldn't get it done. He goes 2/3, and Burton will be on as Red Sox have to be careful. A couple base hits, and the Reds are right back in this game. Here is Griffey, 2 outs and 2 on, 2 in. 3-4, and that is a range play. 6-6 is a ground ball to the pitcher. Burton's a range of 4, so let's see if he can field this. He does not. It's a 6. It's a failed range play. Goodness gracious. Failed range play. It turns into an S1, which means the runner scores and the other runner goes to second. Because you need a 4 through 6 to go to third. And, well, Concepcion will go to third. He's got a 4. So it's a base hit for Griffey on the failed range play. Foster will score. Concepcion goes to third. And that brings up Geronimo with the runners at the corners and 2 outs. 1-6 is a possible error on a grounder. 2-5 is a starline 5, which is a fly to left to end the inning. But interesting there, 3 runs for the Reds. Cut the lead to 8-4, so it makes it a little bit more interesting. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th, and Pat Darcy back out. But actually, Darcy will not be out. They're going to bring in a relief pitcher. They're going to bring in Clay Carroll. So Clay Carroll is going to come on and try to keep things right where they are here in the 8th. He'll be facing Evans, Burleson, and a pinch hitter for Burton. And the pinch hitter for Burton will be Bernie Carbo. So Bernie Carbo will pinch hit for Burton. So it'll be Evans, Burleson, and Carbo here in the bottom of the 8th of now an 8-4 ball game. All right, here's Dwight Evans facing Carroll. 2-4 is a range play. 6-5, ground ball to short. The range of Concepcion is a 4. And he makes the play. So Concepcion gets to that, no problem. Here's Rick Burleson. 3-3 is a strikeout chance, and with that being a 2, that's a strikeout. So Clay Carroll, very effective in his first 2 batters faced. Here's Carbo. You know what he did in Game 6. 3-2. 3-2 is a possible hit by pitch. +5 there, a 2 there is a 7, but that's a 9, so that's not going to work. Go to Carbo, 2-2, ground ball to second. Morgan's got it, innings over. So we go to the 9th of an 8-4 game, and Dick Drago is on for the Sox to try to close the deal. Their closer, Dick Drago, had 15 saves on the season. Dick Drago. And Drago will be facing a pinch hitter right off the bat, and that pinch hitter will be Dan Dreesen. So Danny Dreesen will lead off for the Reds, followed by Rose and Morgan. So Big Red Machine, you can't count them out necessarily. Here is Dreesen, the pinch hitter, to start the 9th against Drago. 4-4, strikeout chance, but 14 is too much. Go to Dreesen, 5-2, single pass second. So here come the Big Red Machine. Leadoff single for Dreesen. Still not doing strategy rolls, not close enough. 1-4, home run question mark, but a 20 is out of range, so Rose will not get a chance at a homer. We'll go off Rose's card instead. 4-5, and he's going to single pass second, so how about that? Bullpen letting the Red Sox down a bit. Daryl Johnson's not very happy. S4 to get from first to third. You need a 3-6 BR rating. Dreesen's BR is a 3, so he will make it. So runners are at the corners. Nobody out for Joe Morgan. Don't look now. The tying runs on deck. 6-1, and that's a strikeout chance. That's a 1, so Morgan strikes out. That's a huge strikeout. And that brings up Johnny Bench. 3-6, strikeout chance again, but 20 is too much. 5-3, Starline 1. It is a ground ball to second. They're a double play depth, which makes Johnny Bench a 3. The pivot at short, Burleson's a 0. So 1 through 3, it's a double play. It's a 1. The ball game is over on a double play. 6-4-3. So they get out of it. Dick Drago pitches out of that mess, and the Red Sox take a 2-0 lead on the Big Red Machine with an 8-4 victory here in Game 2 at Fenway. Winning pitcher was Bill Lee, the loser of Jack Billingham, and the Red Sox now lead it 2-0. Game 3 is already set up on the score sheet. It'll be from Cincinnati. It'll be replay baseball, and it'll be Gary Nolan taking on Rick Wise as the Reds' backs are against the wall, down 2-0. So until next time, enjoy playing every game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.